Let's do some Tim Burton stage makeup. I've already got on my very favorite primer. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Face Primer. Next thing that I'm going to do is my eyeliner, because I always like to do my eyes first so that my foundation doesn't get messed up. So my very favorite eyeliner in the whole world that I recommend to everyone is this Maybelline Tattoo Studio. And for this Tim Burton makeup, I really want it in black. Go for the black. I like to do under my lid here along the waterline. This is a gel, or a gel crayon, so it goes on really easily. Here's my palette that I have here. I'm gonna start by using my lightest white color. The next thing I want to do is go in with my gray. Now let's go in with our black. And I also want to go along this waterline with some of that black as well down below. Next, I want to get another dark shade of gray so I can blend this a little bit more. Last but not least, I'm going to go back in with my white and go back over the top for one final blend. Didn't do the bottoms with my gray. And then with my white. I have this really gorgeous red, so I'm going to use this, and I just want to come in a little bit on the outside here. I want a little bit more of that black smudged in here. That was a lot more black. This is not a look you have to get perfect because we're going to be smudging and blurring everything anyways. Let's do some eyeliner and then we will do our foundation. I really like liquid eyeliner. So this is the one that I particularly like. It is Line Stiletto. You could use a different kind of liquid liner that looks more like this, or you could go back in with your Tattoo Studio. It's up to you. For a male look, you could just leave it like this if you wanted to. You don't have to do lashes, just do some mascara. I want to bring out my mascara. Yes, everyone should be wearing mascara for this. It'll really combine your eyelashes with your look. Next thing I'm going to do is apply my false lashes. For guys, you don't have to do that. So I've got my favorite glue here. You can use whatever kind of glue you want. Do the foundation base. Now, because this is for stage and not for film, I'm actually not going to add any white into my foundation. I'm just going to use my regular foundation because I'm already a really white girl. I'm already pretty pasty. I'm just not going to warm up my foundation with any contouring or bronzer. I'm just going to use dark, like shadowy contour lines and let everything else be really pale, and you'll see how that will look. I always like to mix my foundation with my setting spray. It helps it last longer. So I put my setting spray right on my sponge, and then I put my foundation right on top of that. There's my foundation. This is just my regular setting powder. Once I add in my contouring and once I do my brows a little darker, you'll see this look really come together. So I'm actually gonna get back out my black eyeshadow. Okay, so I've got my palette back out. Before I jump all the way in with the black eyeshadow, I'm gonna try a gray. And I'm gonna come and I wanna draw a square. So this take my brush here. This is my big kabuki brush. Depending on your face structure and how large your forehead is, you might want to add some up here in your hairline. That's the whole point of contouring, is to add depth. So I'm going to take my same eyeshadow colors, this gray, because I actually don't want jet black on my eyebrows. I want darker, but I don't want as black as possible. You can see how I did almost all of this with one palette. And this was a really cheap palette. I think it was like a dollar store palette, actually. So I'm taking this gray, this dark gray, and I'm just brushing it into my eyebrows. I've got my eyebrows the right placement, but I want it to be a little more subtle. So I'm gonna take, this is my normal eyebrow pencil. I'm not gonna use it, but I'm gonna use the little end and brush this through a little bit to tone it down a smidge. All right, let's clean all this up with a brush. This is my kabuki brush again. I want to add some mascara to my lower lashes because this is a female look. If you're doing a male look, you don't have to do this. I think this one's a little uneven. And I want to fix that a smidge. I want to put a little mascara on top of my false lashes, get them to really pop, because remember, this is a giant lash look if you are a female, playing a female role. All right, last but not least is lips. With Tim Burton, we do a defined but kind of subtle lip. So we don't want anything that's big and red. We want it to be kind of a color that goes with your regular skin color, but we definitely want them defined. If you are male and you are doing this look, you could just do lip liner, or you could just do a really subtle lip color, but you do have to have something on your lips for stage. This one's a smidge dark, but I'm gonna put just a touch of it on here, and then I'm gonna rub my lips together. All right, there we go. There's my Tim Burton makeup.